good, fight fans? This is D, and welcome back to the Standing 8 Count Fighting channel. It was reported today that light heavyweight champion of the UFC, Jon Jones, his B sample came back testing positive for a banned substance. As we all know, earlier this year, after his fight with Daniel Cormier, his A sample came back positive. So a lot of people are kind of holding out to see whether or not his B sample would come back positive as well before they really decided to ridicule and throw him under the bus. Now with the B sample coming back positive, I still think they're going to investigate and see what might be the reason both samples came back positive, because I feel like they're kind of indicating that based on how they did the testing, not necessarily the urine testing, but the blood testing and just the testing in general, it doesn't add up as to why he would test positive, in the sense that it wouldn't make sense for him to take the type of banned substance he took when he took it, because most people who deal with that kind of thing would know that it wouldn't cycle out of his system in time for him to pass any type of urine-based drug testing. So they're probably going to do a thorough investigation, see maybe he took something that was tainted. I don't know. At this point, I don't want to jump to conclusions myself, because again, we don't know the full story. In the past, he got popped for having a bad substance based on a performance-enhancing pill, a sex performance-enhancing pill, and he got a year suspension for that violation. In this case, I believe if everything is investigated and everything holds true, he could be banned up to 4 years. I saw a few fighters such as Michael Bisping state that he feels that if everything holds true, that he should be banned for life. I mean, I kind of agree with him in the sense that if he has been cheating, and again, there was allegations of him cheating, most of his career from other fighters. I think they were just saying that to kind of get under his skin and kind of throw him off psychologically, because they had no proof of it. They just felt like they should say it just because they didn't like him for whatever reason they didn't like him for. So if this, again, if this holds true, I don't really see Jon Jones fighting ever again in MMA. I'm not sure if he can get licensed in other states, or he'll fight for other organizations, or just fight in other type of, maybe grappling competitions as he did during the time he was suspended. I think either earlier this year or last year, I think he had a grappling match against Dan Henderson and won. But if this holds true and they do the investigation and it comes up that he, just genuinely took the banned substance, I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel for him. I feel like his career is effectively over. When it comes to the light heavyweight title, I'm not sure if they're just going to give it back to Daniel Cormier, or maybe have him fight the number one contender to see if he can earn it back. They more than likely will change the decision of his loss from a knockout loss to a no contest, where at this point he'll only have one loss on his record as opposed to two. But again, that remains to be seen when it comes to what the UFC is going to decide. Or I'm not even sure if it's a UFC decision, but we'll see what they decide in terms of how the record's going to stand and what they'll ultimately do with the light heavyweight title. Again, I feel bad for Jones in the sense that he's been going through a lot leading up to his return to the UFC, but it seems like a lot of stuff he's going through is all self-inflicted. So, I mean, you feel sorry for him because you don't ever want to see anybody go through things like this, but at the end of the day, he had control of his own destiny. He chose to do things in a way that, would leave him in the situation he's in now. So, I'm going to look into the situation. Hopefully the investigation will be made public sooner rather than later, so I can, make a final decision on how I feel, and just, reflect on his career maybe, and see, how he went from being potentially the greatest MMA fighter of all time to somebody who's going to be looked at as a steroid user. Because a lot of people who've been popped for steroids in the past, even though they served their suspension, and they came back and were successful, they never shook off that stigma of being someone who cheated. So we'll all see what happens in the future. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And you guys have a great day.